Growing up in the U.S. state of Arizona, I've heard a lot of different urban legends. The Lost Dutchman, La Llorona, and of course, the Camels. What do I mean by the Camels? Well, there's an old legend in Arizona that there are wild camels roaming the desert, which may sound a bit absurd, but unlike the Phoenix Lights or the Jackalope, this one is actually true. Kinda. Let's get into it. Native camels did in fact once roam Arizona. Around 11,000 years ago, these camels were part of the extinct genus Camelops, which ranged from Alaska all the way down to Honduras. While there are multiple camelids in the Americas, such as llamas and alpacas, the Camelops are more closely related to what we know today as camels, such as the dromedary camel or the Bactrian. Now, this genus died out 11,000 years ago, so it's not likely that people living in Arizona were spotting them. What they were actually seeing out in the desert were likely dromedary camels. How did they get there? Well, we have a man by the name of Jolly to thank for that. Jolly, or Haji Ali as he actually called himself, was a Syrian man from the then Ottoman Empire that was hired in 1856 by the United States military. Why so? Well, to lead 33 camels through the American Southwest, of course. Okay, that probably needs more context. In 1856, the U.S. Army launched an experiment called the U.S. Camel Corps. The intent of this corps was to utilize camels as transport animals across the harsh desert landscape of the Southwest. Camels were sourced from Tunisia, Malta, Greece, Turkey, and Egypt, and shipped to ports in Texas. Jolly, while one of the more famous camel drivers, was not the only one. While these camels were excellent in transporting things, as intended, there were a few issues that led to the Camel Corps ending in 1866. The biggest issue was the Civil War. All the government's funds needed to go into, well, fighting a war. The Camel Project was highly experimental and seen as unnecessary. Funding and interest in the project died down, and it was ultimately sidelined during the war. The Corps ended a year after the Civil War ended. Jolly retired and later died in Arizona, and the government decided to auction off all their camels to the public. Now, this is where the legend comes in. Shortly after these auctions took place, a story got out that some of these purchased camels escaped into the desert and began breeding, surviving by eating creosote bushes, much like their ancestors, the Camelops, did. Many people reported seeing them out in the wild, even forming urban legends around them, such as the story of the Red Ghost. The story goes that there was a reddish camel with a dead person, believed to be a soldier or a prospector, on its back. This story was incredibly popular in the mid-1800s until a farmer named Mizzou Hastings, yes, real name, seemingly shot and killed the creature in 1893. Sure enough, he found a red camel eating in his yard with a dead man tightly strapped to its back. Nobody knows for sure who the dead man was, but this story is remembered to this day in the form of a statue in the town of Quartzsite, Arizona. The statue is quite close to the grave of Jolly, who died in the town. While no camels have been seen in recent times, the deserts of Arizona hold many secrets. Who knows what could be roaming out there? I hope you all enjoyed this video, and until next time, take care.